Hello everyone, I'm Father Time, and this is just a quick update for the people on my servers who are following the Dystopia development, and just for anyone in particular who has an interest in what's going on here. But um, so some of you may know, recently they've released the 1.7.2 update to um, Forge, and so I've been going and trying to pull over a lot of the ideas, the test code that we've had on the 1.6.4 Forge that we know we liked, and to implement it into here. And I'm starting with the most crucial things, and so I'll just log into a world so that way you guys have something to look at while I'm talking. But um, I feel the most important thing that we need to do, uh, let's see here. Yes. Is to get the economy going. I hate having things like BAL, to get your bank balance and to sell the items you're holding and stuff like that. I just think it's horrible. It's such metagaming. It's outside the world of Minecraft itself. So one of the things that I wanted to pull over was to physically have money always in the world, whether it be in bank vaults, safes, on your physical person, whatever the case may be. It's always somewhere and it can be found and stolen. So, and basically the first steps to getting this going is to have the banking systems, the like how it works, the interfaces for players, how they earn it. So basically what we're going to have are NPCs that these people can go out in the world, do certain actions, get materials, bring it to these NPCs and sell it to them, and they'll get money and then they can deposit it. That's the goal. So the first thing that I wanted to start with, because it just makes sense to me, was these are going to be inside the cities around the world and all that, but is the ATM. Now, I haven't made the item renderer, so bear with me on that, but when I place it, the block renderers are there, just not the item renderers. And so this is an ATM. One of the things that I'm sure anybody who's been following this before that they'll notice is it's not too tall anymore. It's just one tall. I didn't want to go through all the design work of making it work like how doors work. I'm sure some people have noticed in Minecraft that doors are actually two blocks. You can see the seam right there. There's a whole bunch of code that basically it's metadata that makes it so that when you place the one, it automatically generates the other. It generates two metadatas, and they link each to each other with a special class that when one's interacted with, it calls the other one. It's all kind of nasty to me. I just figured, you know what? This is good. You can put it inside a wall, part of a building, or if someone wants to, they can do what I've done here and kind of make it look like a too tall. But, it can also be part of like, a bank as well. So that was kind of the point of this. So I'm happy with this. Shrinking down the block design. That's the first change. So now that that's in, and keep in mind, this is actually functional. Like I can export this right now, give it to you guys, and we can all play around with this stuff. So this is what's different from before. But so the block renderer is working. Like I said, the item renderer is not yet, so I'll do that next. Um, but however, I did go in and I've got the interfaces working now too. I've got my custom textured buttons working. All the text and checkers are working. It's doing checks. It won't let me put any junk in there. I have to. In fact, the only way I know how to get this guy is to. Well, I can do it this way actually. Money bags. This is how our money's going to be passed around. So you can see it says this one's empty because I just pulled it out of the inventory. Nothing's been added to it. But those are the only things that can, anything that's a money item can go inside these ATMs. So the way it'll work, and now actually before that, I'm going to have to jump ahead because this is the only way I know to get a populated money bag right now. But let's grab a farmer. So this is what something we're going to look at next. But for now, um, and yes, he doesn't have a farmer skin because I just have got new skins for him. Go away, please. All right, so now he just gave us one that actually has money in it. So if we go into here, this is the only bag that the bug that I'm aware of right now with this system is that these require to send a packet to the server to synchronize any changes to this amount in the money bag because it's stored in an NBT tag, it's called. And unfortunately, with this 1.7 upgrade, they removed the packet handler system, and they haven't introduced the new one yet. So I can't quite fix this part yet. So you'll notice, like, let's say, so that's 700 or 545 now. So let's deposit $45. You don't have to put this in, but you can if you want. So we'll deposit it. Notice my bank balance went up $45 and this went down $45. The problem is this is all client side. This isn't. This is working properly, the bank balance, but this particular thing, changes in the items and item slots doesn't work properly. So you'll notice when I pick it up, its money's now back up to 545. So it's a dupe bug. So that's something that needs to be fixed, but I am aware of it, and I know how to fix it once they reintroduce packets. It's already fixed in the old version, so. All right, so that's one thing. And then as you saw, the next thing I started pulling over are the NPCs. I tend to put them in the ground because they run away on me if I don't. Um, so that is an NPC. Now, one of the things that was a problem with them is they had duplicate names and their sexes would change all the time, and that was because of how I was spawning them. I did get that fixed, so if I go back in here now, he is still the same guy. It's still a male, so that's all fixed and working. And then also when I right click on him, their interfaces are working again. The one thing that wasn't working is this right here. It used to be called like name tag overlay renderer or something like that. It's not named that anymore, and I can't find what it is. I mean, I can. It's part of the special renderers, but I can't just cancel that because that would get rid of like capes and stuff too. They condensed it down basically, so I'm gonna have to figure out a new way to get rid of that name tag there, but for now it's not the end of the world. I just don't like it because, for instance, when I'm above him, like right now, it angles it from like my perspective, so notice it's looks stupid. But if I was like sitting right in front of him, it looks just fine. So that's the reason why I like to turn those off. But anyways, however, the nice thing is these guys aren't bugged in any way. They ported over very nicely. Like their interfaces still work. I haven't completed them all the way yet, but like, you know, they'll talk to you. I don't dig this item. He's a farmer, even though he doesn't have the skin to look like one. So he has no interest in swords and stuff. He likes like core or sugar reeds and stuff like that. And then of course, you know, the buy sell interfaces. You know, I haven't populated all this stuff yet. However, the actual buttons that do the buying and selling, I haven't completed that logic yet. So that's where I left off on the other side of the mod. So basically, those are the two things that I have to get done. Is I want to get finished that, so like make this guy able to buy all the things that a person can grow, and that way, if we introduce this into the server, people can start growing and selling stuff to him and making money and depositing it in those ATMs, and so we can start getting the economy going. So this is like paramount to me, what I want to get done, number one, or finish these two things, the merchant interfaces and the ATM machines. Because if we get those going, we can make that the first, like, you know, alpha release of this plugin, and players can just start having fun of depositing money into their bank accounts, and we can start playing around with how it works. So yeah, that's basically it for now. I mean, you know, it unfortunately is a tremendous amount of work because all this code is just massively changed from what it was before. It just this 1.6 to 1.7 upgrade has been really, but oh well, we'll get it done. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed.